that just was the Bunnies with some great guitar work. But we started out with Lord Russ, a Northampton-based musician. An instrumental track from someone who I heard does a lot of vocals, but that one was pure instrumental.
Yeah, and then we heard from Carinae. They're another band based out of the Northampton, Hadley, Mass area. And that was off their self-titled album. That was Empty-Headed Animal. And then we heard a track by the Bunnies that you might recognize if you are also a fan of the Pixies, because it is a cover of a tribute album. They covered Alec Eiffel. And the reason why I wanted to bring that song in was the Bunnies are one of my favorite local bands. They're a great live band, and you just get swept up in their sound and all of the dissonance, and they use a lot of synthesizers in their music and just so much cool things, and it's all about like just tripping out on sound and having an experience. And I don't know if we're ready for that on the air yet. Someday, soon.
If you make great noise, I think you're ready to put it on air for those who want to hear it.
I love
that was some great guitar work.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, I hadn't heard this, obviously this cover, and it started out with just them singing, and I was like, is this a barbershop quartet? And then it just straight slammed with the guitar and the drums, and it was a great track.
That was good. They have. I was talking to you in between about the singer Jeremy McComber-Dubs in the band The Bunnies, and one of the reasons why I picked this track was there's so much of the Bunny sound in this track, but also it's so very Pixies. And I'm going to play a Pixies song for us in the next set because Frank Black is a Western Mass native, and we're going to hear from Claudia Malibu, another Northampton-based band. This track is a few years old. It's from an album called Pink Slip. And we're going to hear from a local musician, Wishbone Zoë, because she's awesome. This is one of my favorite songs. And and we're going to do 4 songs in this set. We're also going to hear from MAESA Pullman. She's a singer who studied jazz at UMass Amherst with me a few years back, and she's based out in LA now, and she did a track for a movie. We're going to play some of that. Good stuff.
We're going to start the next set, the Claudia Malibu, which you told me also during the break has a poster in the movie High Fidelity in the background of one of the scenes. Yeah,
I really believe that. Now that I'm saying it like live on the air, I want to make sure. I'm going to double check that while we're doing this. But yeah, that's true. I'm like 99.999% certain.
Represent.
So it's cool stuff. And they're great. And one of the things that I like to do is like when I make my set lists is show people how so many different kinds of projects people can be in, and how many different kinds of things they can do with their music. So yeah, there's one of the guys in the band, the Claudia Malibu, plays with Lord Russ all the time. So
it's a lot of collaboration for our musicians in our area. We can start the next set with Paris or Bust.